So here's the deal, guys. I want to leave you just with a couple things in closing out of here. Like I said before, this business, and here's the deal. You're going to go through ups and downs inside of the business. And guys, the reason why people get involved inside of the network marketing industry is not for a comp plan. It's not for a product. It's not for an upline. It's not for a downline, whatever it is. For me, and again, I'm going to share with you kind of my story, but relate it to yourself. All I wanted when I got involved with this, guys, is just to make enough money to where no one could put their thumb on me and say, you had to do anything. And what's cool about that is it didn't take $1 million. Honestly, I mean, I was broke as hell when I got into this industry. For me, I mean, yeah, something you guys laugh with, you know. I was so broke. I was so broke. And guys, here's what I can share with you guys. Is that for most of you, when I look out at you guys right now, there's probably some excuse in the back of your mind that says, because I'm at a particular station in my life, or because I'm a certain way, or because I've had these experiences, or because I'm like this, or I grew up in this neighborhood, or my parents were like this, or my whatever, I mean, just whatever, there's probably something that holds you back. And it's funny because I've done thousands of coaching conversations with thousands of people. And it's funny because when I got into this industry, my big excuse was I thought I was too young and too broke. Mm-hmm. I was 20 years old. I had never made more than $14,000 in a year. That was my biggest year. And my excuse was, who's going to listen to me? Who's going to take me serious? How do I recruit a guy like Aaron James who's already made hundreds of thousands of dollars in business? How do I coach somebody who's 65 that's already been through a career and a half? And what's so funny is most of you guys, what you have to understand, you're going to get so much training over the course of your career. You're going to learn so much. You're going to grow immensely inside of this industry, if you let yourself. But for most of you guys, what's holding you back right now isn't something new that you need to get. It's most likely something that you need to let go of.
No.
It's nothing new that needs to come in. It's something that you need to let go of. A lot of you guys, it's probably attached to your self-image. What if other people don't like me? What if other people think less of me? What if other people don't support me? What if? I'll tell you guys, here's one of the big epiphanies that I had when I was getting involved in this business, guys. I was at a place in my life where I was negative $4,000, and Zach alluded to it. We had a thing called chargebacks. If you don't know what that is, it doesn't matter. You could actually go negative. Imagine if you guys were building a secret business, and you didn't work or whatever for the month, or your team didn't work for that month, and as opposed to just not making money, you actually owed money. Mm-hmm. Never do that. We would do that. I didn't know anything. But it was funny because here's what happened for me, and tell you guys, it was the best and worst thing that ever happened to me getting into this industry. If I can be 100% real, when I got involved, I was so hungry for success, but I had a self-image that thought I couldn't do it, which is a crappy place to be because you want success so bad, but you can't move forward on it. And it sucked because I was like, I can't quit. Because when I looked at the alternative, it was like, okay, what if I could have it? What if I could really build a team? What if I could have people out there that were building a business for their own families, that I showed a business to, that they were making it happen? And what if someday I could actually be able to just own my time and be a dad and a husband and travel and live the life that I really want? And it wasn't about a big bank account. It was like, what if I could have that stuff? And I looked at the alternative of, what if I didn't get it? And it was like, I had already seen too much. I had met too many people that had it. I had seen other people get it. I knew that it was possible. I just didn't know if it was possible for me. And I had this day of kind of disgust and this day of decision to where I realized I couldn't quit. And that was a hard day because I had kind of, if I can just be candid, I was half-assing it. For a long time, I was half in, half out. I was, showing up, and I was talking to some people, but I still had my self-image up for grabs. If somebody else shot the idea down, I took it personal. If somebody else, didn't join, I took it personal. If somebody else said I was stupid, I took it personal. And I had my salvation up for grab, but what happened was I owed my mom $800. I was living at home in Poway. I owed her $800, and I remember she needed the money bad, and I didn't have any money to give her. I was negative in my account, and I was negative $4,000 in chargebacks. And it was the first time in my whole life that I legitimately entertained the idea of actually giving up on not so much the company, but just my goals. And it was the craziest time because I remember, like, for the first time thinking, like, okay, you know, everybody else, you know, I'll just have a job. I mean, I'm a smart guy. I'm a hard worker. I can work a job. You know what I mean? And it was the first time I realized, like, man, I'm going to just clock in and collect a check, and that's going to be my story. You know, and 5 years will go by, and 10 years will go by, and 20 years will go by, and I'll still have a job, and I'll collect a check, and I'll be one of those guys that just kind of have like a normal, average life. And that, more than anything, I was like, I'll be so unhappy if I just resign myself to that. Not because of the money, and I'm not knocking jobs, but only because I threw in the towel on myself. And it was the first time where I realized I couldn't quit. And it was like this day of disgust and day of decision where I remember my mom, nobody really supported me a lot in the business. My parents have always been big supporters. But my mom, she had a rough day that day too, and she let me have it.
Wow.
You know, she I told you these stupid things never work. Nobody makes money in these things. You know, you should just work a job, and if it sucked because it was like my last supporter. It's like the last person that supposed to have your back, didn't have your back anymore. And I just felt totally alone, and it sucked so bad. I remember crying in the shower and this friggin', it was rough. I remember then getting out of the shower and letting myself have it. Because you're you get in front of the mirror and you're like, you suck. And it was the worst. It was so bad. But I remember I said to myself, no matter what, I refuse to give up without giving it everything I have. I said, if I give it everything I have and it still doesn't work for me, then I can go quit and I can be okay with knowing I gave it everything I had and then it didn't work.
Right.
But I said, I'll never be happy with myself if I don't give it 100% of everything I have. I don't want to, when the fourth quarter whistle blows and the game is called, to know that I still have some energy left that I could have put into the game.
Right.
I want, when the whistle blows and the game's called, I want to be dead. I want no energy left. I want to give it everything I have, 110%, everything I can possibly give it. So if it doesn't work, it wasn't me. And guys, I went and I sat at Starbucks, and I just share this with you, because at that moment, I had never had big success. I was talking to a couple people every now and then. I was showing up, but I wasn't doing the activity, and I planted myself at Starbucks for literally from 8 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. I did not leave. I would forget to eat. I sat there and I was banging out call after call after call after call after call. I didn't stop. I was talking to how many people I took, how many no's. It didn't matter. And my goal was to just give it 90 days. I said, I can't go forever, but I can go 90 days hard. And that was my goal. I said, I'm going to go 90 days, and at that point, if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And I made it 64 days. And we hit the top of the company, started making $9,000 a month. At the top of the company, never fell back ever again. By the time I was 22, it was huge. And I don't share that with you. I share it with you for a couple things. Some of you guys I know, if you actually played 100%, you would shock yourself as to the results that you would get. If you met the version of you that you could be, it would blow your mind. If you met yourself playing all out, I'm telling you, and here's the cool thing about it, guys. You don't have to do it forever.
Right.
You don't have to be that person forever. I'm telling you, go 90 days hard. Be the version of you that can go all out for just 90 days. If you do that, I promise you the results will shock you so big. Your income will absolutely explode. And guys, everything changed for me. Not because of the money. Yes, the money was amazing. But at that moment, I knew that I had what it took when it counted. And I wish that for you more than anything else inside of this business, when you know that at any moment you have what it takes when it counts. To come out of it, and guys, I never looked back. I was able to ride a wave of momentum that never ended. I went out there and made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars off of the wave that I started inside of that 64-day run. Some people know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm telling you what you can do inside of the next 90 days, 64 days. If you set the wave in motion right now, it will have ripple effects. It will grow into countries that you've never been to, and you'll make money in languages you don't speak. You'll start a massive wave that will go throughout this company in 39 countries that you couldn't stop if you wanted to. So I encourage you guys, I invite you on that journey. I invite you to go out there and do it. I'm telling you guys, for me, I just had to get mad. For some of you guys, that might be something else. You know, sometimes anger is a powerful emotion. I was just done. But here's the deal, guys. I encourage you, whatever it takes for you to draw your line in the sand, get there. If there's something that you need to know more of, talk to somebody about it. If it's an education that you don't have yet, get it. If it's confidence that you need, get it. If it's a skill set that you need, get it. Whatever you need, get it so that you can draw your line in the sand and make it happen for you. With that, see you guys at the regional event. See you guys here on Monday night.